Muy buenas, ¿qué tal estamos? Aquí volvemos en The Witcher 2 y vamos a continuar justo donde lo dejamos. Habla con el elfo que hay prisionero en el campamento Caedweni, pero es que no me lo marca el hijo de puta. Este es el campamento. ¿Te imaginas? ¿Y este? Ah, no. Como también tenían que encontrar unos guardias desaparecidos, he dicho yo que sí. Bueno, escúchame. Vamos a poner misiones que me guíen, que me indiquen. A ver, ¿esto está? No. ¿Esto está? Sí. Pues vamos al lugar de la ejecución. No, si no me indicas el sitio, pues igual va a ir tu puta madre. Te lo digo como lo siento, campeón. O voy a buscar una guía, ¿no? O sea, no me voy a tirar, yo que sé, 4 horas en ver dónde cojones es. O sea, una guía solo para ver dónde es. Luego ya una vez que lo vea, ya digo, venga, pues para allá. Pero así sin más, vete a tomar por culo. Así que vamos a la maldición de sangre. A ver qué secretos nos encontramos acá en este episodio. Escúchame, ¿cómo llego yo? Porque entiendo que... ¿Cómo cojones? Espérate, mapa. Vale. ¿Puedo ir por la orilla? Porque según esto, según el mapa, según el mapa me indica que puedo hacer muchas cosas que no me está dejando. Pero según el mapa me indica que sí que podría ir por la orilla, ¿no? Joder. No. Vale. Pues... hay otro posible camino. Espérate. Porque me ha parecido ver que había, según el mapa, que ya he visto que hay dos cosas que no están bien, según el mapa, hay una bifurcación, ¿no? Según el mapa, por aquí se puede ir. Ojo que a lo mejor esto es verdad. Tiene pinta. Tiene pinta de que esto sí es cierto. Joder, macho, de verdad. Qué pereza me dais, coño. ¡Ojo! Buenas.
Oi, what you doing here?
I heard Zivik can't wait for you to get back.
Plough it all. If we miss muster, he'll have us flogged. Get us out of here, will ya?
You came here on your own. You can get back on your own.
This place is crawling with drowners. I mean, we'd have stayed in our tents on our arses if we'd known. We're safe in the circle, but 3 feet outside, and who knows what would happen.
All right, we'll go back together, but let me look around first. Apparently it's bad
Vale.
to tread on the ashes.
Pisar las cenizas trae mala suerte. Pues te jodes.
Nothing interesting.
Pues te vas a hinchar. Escucha, antes de nada, me voy a... Hostia, qué anormal, de verdad, ¿eh?
Strange aura. Let's take a closer look.
El pedestal.
Carved from a solid piece of stone. Reusable, you could say. Candles, amulets, coins. People make offerings here like they would at a shrine. Candles. The stench is worse than Zoltan's boots. Nothing unusual about them otherwise. Square coins adorned with a fish. I guess the plotters like to come here.
Pues aquí están estos.
Let's see.
Escucha.
An unnatural stillness typical of intersections and places where streams of the power meet. Unnerving but harmless. People seem to be staying away from the wheel. They're afraid. All the gifts are at a safe distance from it. Except for one person. With Kedweni Army issue boots. Glad to know I'm not the only one to desecrate this site. Animal tracks. Dogs, wolves, bears, even birds. You'd think this was a feeding ground, but they all fear the circle, except for cats. Their tracks are everywhere. One even napped on the pedestal. Triss once told me cats like to sleep on intersections, and they're the only beasts apart from dragons who can draw the power. They clearly like this place. Sabrina was nailed to this wheel. Something protected the wheel from the flames. It's hardly scorched. Fresh holes and splinters. Someone's pulled nails from the wheel recently. I better take one, just in case. I need to bring the king here. I need to reenact the execution. If I can only summon Sabrina's ghost, I could force her to lift the curse. The Draugrs and the mist will remain, but at least the king will be safe. I need to know what happened here. Witnesses of the execution, they're the key. If I can just find out how Sabrina died, I should be able to free Henselt of the curse. 2 leads. Sabrina's cultists and the nail thief, who's obviously immune to the aura of this place. Time to question some soldiers.
Un momento. Porque... esto está como quemado también.
Nothing.
Ah.
Again.
¿Y esto qué es? Que me he fijado antes.
Who cares enough to bring all these things here?
Me estoy metiendo el palo por el culo, ¿eh? Fíjate que el palito alto he aprovechado para hacer un poquito de espeleología anal, que me ha llegado hasta el puto riñón, también te comento, porque... joder.
Who cares enough to bring all these things here?
Vale. Esto de aquí... un cráneo.
Strange aura.
Vale. Vamos a hablar con estos hijos de puta. Porque sí, muy gratis.
You've looked and touched your fill, right? Let's get out of here.
Did you see them burn the sorceress?
3 years ago. We both served under Henselt then. But only the
La
5th
quinta
company
compañía.
guarded the stake.
They say the king never wanted to make a spectacle. Some soldiers never come here, but others visit the circle to check the remains.
You're just like them. To you, it's only a superstition to make money from. You're looking for old nails in the ashes.
Like that shitbag who trades outside the inn.
You're mistaking me for someone
Ojo.
else.
Really? Then give us the nail.
I'm keeping it.
Keeping it? Not heard what they say. Relics are like fist tech for simple folk.
¿Qué hijo puta?
Did you light those candles?
We did.
What's it to you?
Burning them for Sabrina?
To you, 'tis a waste of time, right?
Feel their eyes on you. They're watching us. We won't get out alive, superstitious idiots that we are.
Don't you believe the visionary? You don't have to.
El visionario.
But try, right?
Old idiot. It's his fault we ended up here.
Who is this visionary?
He's behind all this. He talks of miracles in the circle.
I believe him. Know why? He lives deep in the valleys, but something protects him from all those harpies.
How did you manage to avoid the drowners on your way here?
The visionary was with us. He led us through, then left.
I don't like this place.
Thought you'd want to stay the night here.
I know at least a few places I'd rather sleep. Come on.
Beats me why they've been fighting over these hellholes
Era el
for
visionario
generations.
o...
I get goosebumps every time I go outside the palisade.
Yes, Vic was right. We should have sat on our asses.
You'll be whistling a different tune when the mist lifts and we attack there.
¿Quieres atacar? Gracias. Se están... Están matando, tío. Vámonos. Venid los dos, ¿no? Aquí ya no debería, a partir de aquí, haber peligro.
Drowner lairs, not the best spots for picnics.
Curses on him! If it wasn't for you that have eaten us.
We owe you our lives, Witcher. We can't let Zivik catch us.
Vale.
Don't shit your pants. Sabrina
Recibe la recompensa. De acuerdo. Pues vamos, ya que estamos. Perfecto. ¿Y el visionario es...? No. No. Hay un tío fuera de la aldea que vende mierdas de reliquias, supuestamente. ¡Ah! Este será. No me deja hablar. Este tampoco. No sé. Y luego está el visionario, que no sé quién cojones es. Ni dónde está, que no sé yo... Ve a hablar con el visionario. Vale, gracias. Pero yo, por la información que yo he recibido, ni puta idea, ¿eh? Colega. ¿Y qué? Usted.
What do you want, Witcher?
Ojo, vale. Vamos a hablar.
From what I can see, you and the men love your king.
He's like a father to us, really. Comes around from time to time, chats it up, pats you on the mug. Remembers our names, too, though you got to earn that in battle. Been so distinguished 3 times already. Pride myself on it.
I'm sure it's a great honor for a humble soldier like yourself.
Last time it happened, we was on the march. Some peasant poisoned his well. A few of our lads died, many others got sick. I pacified that village. We hit them so hard, we even struck fear into our own boys. They went without a row for 2 days, and the king was very pleased. He came around, gave me a friendly punch in the gut, laughed, and said, "You are one true son of a bitch. If you'd not been born among
Joder,
swine, you'd
menos mal
probably
y
be
eso caerle bien, hostia.
That's how he is. Humane and all.
Hostia, pues menos mal, colega.
The soldiers you were looking for, they got held up for a while at Sabrina's circle.
Oh, the idiots! To be duped by witchcraft and superstitions. I'll put them to scrubbing the latrines indefinitely. But I thank you for bringing them back. Your reward, as promised.
Vale. Visionario.
I heard there's a man living outside the camp known as the Visionary. Ever met him?
The soldiers talk about him, but I've never seen him. If I ever do, he'll regret that he fooled my people with all those superstitions.
Ejecución.
Did you see Sabrina's execution?
Wish I could have, but only the 5th Company was sent there. She deserved it. What she did to the boys. Believe me, I've seen a lot of monstrosities in my life. My brother died during a coup in Rhind when a mage boiled the blood in his veins.
Oh.
Also, I once saw a soldier raping
Oh.
a dead elf woman. But 3 years ago, people melted like lead. Something you can't forget, Witcher.
There's a soldier by the inn selling scraps from Sabrina's execution site.
I know. The damn quartermaster. This business of his muddles the minds of the soldiers. Suddenly, everyone believes a splinter in your pocket'll protect you in battle. Half-wits.
After what happened here 3 years ago, it's no surprise they're terrified.
I'll tell you one thing, Witcher. In combat, I can count on my shield, my armor, and my comrades, if they still live. Many of those boys will die in Bergen, even with their pockets stuffed with mystical splinters that cost a silver piece each. I want them to be afraid. When steel hits steel, I want them to be alert, damn it. If they're dumb and put their trust in rusty nails and ashes, they won't have a hope in hell.
Did you participate in the battle?
I did, and I fought. But I'd rather not go into it.
The spirits of those who died in battle are now in combat on that field. They kill each other and change into nasty creatures called draugrs. Aedirnians, Kedwenis, even your comrades. I want to help them, but I have to know what happened during the battle.
Oh, the plague. Listen then. The fighting started in the afternoon. The Dun Banner was first to attack. We were ambushed, cut off from our main unit and devastated. Bloody scouts and Sabrina Glevissig, who was supposed to mind the battlefield. By then, the battle was in full swing. Wherever you see those damned furrows, people fought there. The Aedirnian lines faltered a few times, but we couldn't crush them because of Selkirk. Yes, we had the Visitor. They had Selkirk of Gullet, the invincible White Knight, Edirn's finest swordsman. Wherever our forces gained the upper hand, he'd appear and reverse the fighting's course. Then, Vandegrift himself went into battle. He met Selkirk in the middle of the melee. It was a battle of titans. In the end, the Visitor hacked Selkirk and sliced the White Knight from his head to his balls. Then, death fell from the heavens. Lumps of burning soil flew through the air. The whole valley was on fire. Damned magic of a damned witch. I owe my life to Priest Crest, our chaplain. He led me out of the battle and went back for the others. He had a medallion that protected him against fire. He led everyone out, including the Aedirnians. But the flames got him in the end.
Joder.
Were you at Brenna?
Ah, yes. Cut down more black ones there than anywhere else. The Redanians were in disarray on the left when we joined the battle. Same with the Temerian regiments in the middle. We arrived just in time. Menno Cohorn commanded the Nilfgaardians. He was some leader. Even we feared him like fire. But somehow we prevailed.
What happened to him afterwards?
He refused to flee, died like many others. No one knows who did it, and no one ever found his corpse.
You mentioned the priest.
A really good man. He was with us the whole time, during the march, in the barracks, and in battle. Among common soldiers. Freya gave him a medallion to protect him from fire. I don't know how true that is, but he led me and many others to safety.
Who has this medallion?
King Henselt. I saw it once. I don't know how he got hold of it, but he definitely had it.
Vale.
What happened before the battle?
We forded the Pontar on the third day after the autumn equinox. The Aedirnians were waiting for us, formed up in a long line at the foot of those hills. I remember the banners of Vengerberg, Aldersburg, Gullet. Knights, armoured infantry, peasants, the Vergen Dwarf Regiment. All save the king. They numbered more than 5,000. General Vandegrift, commander of the Kedwenis, had less than 4,000, including the elite Bearheads, armoured troops from Ard Caraig, and the famous White Foxes of the North. And ourselves, the Dun Banner, veterans of Brenner, hated by the Aedirnians more than the plague. But above all, we had Vandegrift the Visitor. Maybe he was a bastard, but he knew war like nobody else.
Vale.
Do I have this right? You served in the Dun Banner?
Did indeed. Henselt's never commanded a fiercer group of warriors, and he never will. If not for us, there'd have been no victory for the North at Brenner. We carried the day.
I didn't see the Dun Banner in the camp.
And you won't. The unit's no more. Ensign Eckhard Hennessy carried the standard into battle for the last time 3 years ago.
Glevissig's magic?
Worse. The Aedirnian troops, the bastards. The Dun Banner, the pride of Kedwen, lost its standard and almost all its men. The Visitor refused to send us reinforcements when we were cut off. The Dun must prevail. It's been in worse shite than this. The Dun will be all right. 7 Aedirnians to each one of us. We had no fucking hope. 200 men went into battle and less than 70 came back. But that's not all. Only a few survived to this day. The boys couldn't handle it. Suicide, fireworks,
Hostia.
fist tech. A few became highwaymen. They ended up on the gallows or in ditches. Memories can also kill you, and soldiers don't always deal with them well.
I have to find that standard.
I heard it lies in the catacombs neath Bergen, alongside my mates. Hey, if you're thinking of going there, I ought to give you my beaver skin cap. That's its rightful place.
Did you see the duel between Seltkirk and Vandergrift?
From a distance. At the time, I was on that hill, and they were somewhere over there. The field used to be as flat as a table. It was their second duel. Earlier, in peacetime, they'd met at a tournament in Ard Caraig. Seltkirk won then. Vandergrift's sword cracked, and the visitor had to yield. After the tournament, he had a new sword forged by Kedwin's best mages and swordsmiths. That's how Lowathan came to be.
I think that means hatred in the Elder language. Pretty pretentious.
They say a sorcerer cast a spell on the sword and told Vandergrift the blade wouldn't crack as long as he remained invincible. The mage got 50 lashes and was the last to mention any such nonsense.
Who has Vandergrift's sword now?
When the Sea of Flames died out, the looters ran amok. They found Seltkirk's chainmail, which survived somehow. Maybe it was magical too. Vandergrift's sword went missing. The boys in the camp claim the female dragon slayer has it, but I wouldn't even try talking to her.
Who's got Seltkirk's chainmail?
A certain Vincent Trott. Low nobility, in the army since forever, a greedy bastard.
Where can I find him?
That's a problem. Deathmold wanted him arrested after they found a square coin on him. Some of the officers and noblemen want to get rid of the black ones.
El guardia
Like
ya
how
vale.
they lord it around
Intentando
the
pasar.
camp, even though the king talks to them. Those coins are their sign, the stupid bunch of plotters. Anyway, Vincent's a swashbuckler. He thrashed Deathmold's people and disappeared. Those with the coins won't say a word because they're scared of Deathmold.
Vale.
Thanks, Civic. So long.
Entonces habré desbloqueado un montón, ¿no? Símbolo de fe, símbolo de muerte, símbolo de odio. Símbolo de coraje. Hostia, os voy a matar, ¿eh? Si no os calláis de una puta vez. Madre de mía, niño. Visionario o el vendedor de reliquias. Ah, están los dos. Ojo. ¿Tengo que elegir a uno de los dos o...?
Leave me be, father.
Leave you be? Your life's at stake. Why, your mother would have my head if anything happens to you.
No! This is about my honor. And ply what mother does to you, I'll practice. I must prepare.
Hablo con el padre del soldado veterano. En la cantina. Bueno, yo espérate. Madre mía. ¡Pilla! Contrato a los demonios podridos. Ah, ya está. La reliquia. ¿Qué reliquia?
What's going on?
Stay out of it.
Sabrina was a saint in her lifetime. Remember how she healed the wounded?
But now she's dead and can't help anyone.
I believe the visionary. Those who dismiss his words are doomed.
Doomed are those who take lunacy for prophecy and carcasses for holy arses.
What's this argument about?
I bought a relic to protect me from Scoia'tael arrows. They say I was ripped off.
That relic's rubbish.
Show me the relic.
What for?
I have a similar nail. Mine's rusty, but this one looks like new.
So what?
Told you. The seller ripped you off.
I'd like to talk to him.
Better hurry up, because if he's conned me, I'll chop his head off.
So long.
Habla con el padre del sol.
Get a hold of yourself, soldier.
Mind if I join you?
Think I've the right to stop you from taking a free stool?
No, right? But you might not want company while you drink.
And why might you want to drink with me?
Always better to talk business over a tankard. Let me buy a round.
All the same to me.
Getting sad drunk.
Mm-hmm. My son's decided to kill himself. He's decided to duel Lieutenant Avid, known as the Butcher of Sidorus. All in all, that makes him a dead man.
Lieutenant Avid. Who's that?
A killer.
Plenty of those in the army.
No, killing enemies is not the same as slaughtering your own countrymen. The Butcher
Si me le
likes
cargo
the
yo
latter,
primero,
and he's good at it. The best.
a tomar por culo.
They're going to duel to the death?
Are you that ignorant? We've been sitting here for weeks. Nothing is happening, and Henselt don't like that, so he's organised some diversions.
You mean tournaments?
Not like tournaments, more like murders. Mock battles without the mocking. The duellers really leave the arena on their own 2 feet. When our unit learned that 6th Company was putting forward the Butcher of Sidorus, there were no volunteers, so we drew straws and it fell to Sven.
He can't back out.
He can, but he won't. I've pleaded, I've begged, but my son's a stubborn one. The pup's got honor. But what good's honor to a corpse?
What if I helped you?
What kind of question is that?
Could I count on you in return?
Save my son, and there won't be a thing I wouldn't do to aid you.
I take that as your vow. Where's Sven?
Training in front of the canteen, near the mercenaries' tent. You'll know him when you see him. Why did he have to be like me?
Vale. Ojo que me interesa esta misión, ¿eh?
Are you Sven?
Who's asking?
Yo.
Who just might save your ass.
Piss off!
No me ves.
I promised your father I'd help you.
Then go back and ask his pardon for tricking him.
Will you feel better when they kill you?
He'll certainly feel worse if I cower out.
I'm the last one who'd ask you to do that.
What will you do? Summon the Butcher and send him out on an urgent mission to deflower the Virgin of Edern?
No, we'll fight as a pair against Latond and his second. Your honor will remain untouched, like a 12-year-old nun's petal.
Why do you wish to help me?
I'm not a fan of uneven fights.
How much did he pay you?
Your father could never afford my fee.
Reta a Letán de Abed a un combate.
Hello.
I'm a bit scared of going against the Saint. The enemy have fed you there.
I'm looking for Letond Avid, the Butcher of Sidorus.
What do you seek?
I want to try my luck.
Strange. Most shit themselves at the sight of my sword.
They say you're equal to a witcher in a fight.
They lie. I'm better.
We'll see.
You'll need to wait. I've a fight lined up already.
We could always duel in pairs. I look around and I see the cream of Kedweni knights. Someone's bound to agree.
I am Edwin Lysum, known also as the Petal. If Latond will have me, I'll gladly stand at his side.
Why do they call you the Petal? I've no need for one who ploughs maidens simply for the pleasure of deflaring them.
You offend me greatly, Latond. I owe the moniker to the fact that I place flower petals in the mouths of the foes I defeat.
I'll be glad to see anything stuffed in the Witcher's mouth. So be it.
Ah! Well, what if she's truly an anointed?
Vuelve donde Sven
Don't worry about it. The Witcher...
y derrota a Letán de Abed en un combate en la arena. Señor, prepárate, quédate atrás.
And? Has he agreed?
Yes,
Some whoresome, eh?
unique among them. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Let's go get him.
Most gracious king, noble lords, men-at-arms,
Shortly in the arena you shall witness the famed Letond Abbot, known also as the Butcher of Sidoris, at whose side shall stand the Honourable Edwin the Petal Lysam. Opposing them are Sven of somewhere and Geralt of Rivia, Witcher. May the gods favor the
Saca la
better
espada, por
men.
favor.
Begin.
Gracias. Tengo que tener cuidado con la vida de Sven. Vale. ¿Y para qué quiero la ayuda del señor del bar? O sea, ¿quién es el señor del bar? ¿Qué sabe? ¿O qué tiene? ¿O era un truco para ayudarle poniendo una excusa? No entiendo.
Hail to the victor! Glory to the vanquished! The prize in the contest was a noble title. Our gracious and merciful ruler, King Henselt, shall generously bestow this upon the young Sven. Heralds will announce the subsequent duels. Long live King Henselt! Long live Kedwin!
A tope.
Thank you. You salvaged my honor.
He salvaged that foolish head of yours.
I'm a knight now. The king himself will do the honors.
You were born in a pigsty where the labour came to your mother 18 springs ago. Nothing'll change that. Witcher, I said you could demand what you will, and my word's no worse than a noble's.
Qué majo.
You demanded payment for helping me?
This is between your father and me.
Who do you pray for?
I can't say.
And neither can you, father.
An old soldier's word is no handful of hay with which to wipe your arse.
I'll have naught to do with this.
Go to Madame Carl's brothel and ask for Whistling Wendy. The madam will take you to her tent and leave you alone. Wendy will ask what you wish. Tell her you want her smile to open the gates of paradise. Are we even?
Yeah.
And beware of Vincent Trott. He may
¡Ah!
be the
Esto es para lo de los conspiradores. Va, hostia.
Desmore's looking for him.
Pensaba que era una
And if he
secundaria, sin
finds
más.
him, we may all end up tasting the executioner's axe. That scoundrel falls into the sorcerer's hands. He'll give us all up to save his own skin.
I'll be careful.
Trott wears a magic suit of armor. He could prove a difficult foe, even for you.
Vale.
Witcher,
What?
the king is impressed with your skills. He's called on me to organize a tournament.
If this goes on, his entire army will be slaughtered before he moves against Edirn.
This time it'll be a tourney of knights. None of that slaughter for the riffraff to enjoy. The king will reward the winners handsomely. If you're interested, find me by the arena.
Me interesa. A tope. Vale. Se me anota como misión. Vale, ya que he empezado con esto, voy a preguntar por la teoría de la conspiración. Por Wendy Silbidos. O sea, voy a continuar con la principal. ¿Por qué cojones la llamarán Wendy Silbidos? No sé si lo quiero saber. La verdad. Muy inquietante. No vamos a mentir. No. ¿Con qué tengo? Ah, tú.
Well, well, Witcher. Girls, prim yourselves. How can I help you, handsome?
I wanted to talk.
We're no strangers to the art of conversation, but it'll cost you just as much as a good plough.
Sounds all right.
Ask away, then. What would you like to talk about?
Anything interesting going on in the camp?
Soldiers are scared shitless, what with this battle approaching. They'd rather drink themselves silly than let us honest whores make some coin. Is that interesting? I doubt it.
Not raring to fight, are they?
They might have been eager at first, but the longer we sit here, the less lively they become. Fighting's like ploughing. Lust for one, and you lust for the other. Well, how can...
Vale.
I'm looking for a whore.
We've got plenty of those, you'll be glad to hear. But you'll need to show me your coin before you choose one. We all have our principles. Well, these are my girls. Choose, white-haired one.
Wendy silbidos. La pechugona, la metones, what?
I've heard good things about Whistling Wendy.
At your service. My prettiest girl, 'tis true. Fool soldiers gave her that stupid nickname. Tidy yourself, Wendy. Witcher on the way. Come on in. Well, how?
I'm looking.
Pero...
But,
I've got the Orens.
well, these are...
Esto no es para... Esto no es para la misión, ¿verdad? Es que no se me ha actualizado. Geralt. Geralt, estás aquí por otro motivo, Geralt, escúchame un momento. Esto no... Vamos a ver. Geralt, por favor, nos centramos, hijo de puta. Margaret, Wendy.
What do you desire, my hero?
I want your smile to part the gates of paradise.
Come with me. Greetings, handsome.
Claro, me están notando mal la puta misión, ¡Ojo! Pero esto es una trampa, ¿qué es esto? Claro, o sea, yo me estoy tirando a las putas bravas. O sea, ¿qué es esto? ¿Dónde me estoy metiendo?
Vincent Trott, you're a little elusive.
Here alone. Not wise, Witcher.
We'll see about that.
I'm wearing Selkirk's armor, you know. Pretty much renders me invincible in a duel.
Give me the chainmail and I'll forget everything. Whistling Wendy, your plot. I know about the coins.
You're Deathmole's hound. I don't trust you.
You don't need to. I just need the chainmail. Not interested in anything else.
I'm to remove it?
And hand it over.
Then you'll be on your way.
And all will be well.
Doesn't sound like my kind of story. How's this instead? I'll kill you, take your swords and gold, and the gods will rain good fortune upon me for ridding them of a filthy mutant. Die.
Quito muy poco, tío. Espérate. Buah, pero son muchos anormales, ¿Por qué quito tan poco, tío? No lo entiendo. Vale, ya está. Ya lo tengo ganado. Quito súper poco, tío, pero no entiendo el por qué. Muérete, coño. Jaskier. Espérate, lo primero, inventario. Mira, la armadura es mejor que la mía. Pues me la pongo, de momento. Contra Henselt. Y Henselt trata al enviado imperial como lo haría una ramera en busca de un blanco fácil. Pensad que cualquiera puede manosear a una ramera. En su culo ellas deciden. Pero el culo de Henselt nos pertenece a todos y se llama Cadwell. ¿Acaso debemos permitir que una mano guardiana manosee nuestro país? Como dice mi amigo el brujo, si es así como vamos a salvar el mundo, quizás sea mejor dejarlo morir. Esto no me he enterado muy bien porque... O sea, ¿qué pinta Jaskier aquí? No entiendo nada. Yo salgo de aquí. No entiendo nada, no me entero de nada, ¿eh? Pero vale. Claro, ¿cómo salgo yo de aquí? Espérate. Porque yo me he lanzado aquí. Aquí abajo, ¿sabes? Claro. Aquí hay unas escaleras. ¿Y esa otra habitación? ¿Esto qué es? Una llave. Que entiendo que por aquí no está. No sé, vamos. Esto da... Ah, afuera. Ah, da la torre. Vale. Ah, la alarma. Han dado la alarma y van a ver qué ha pasado. Bueno. Pues que os aproveche. Vale. Vale, pues voy a hablar con Jaskier. Es que no sé muy bien... Jaskier y Deathmold. Pero ¿Jaskier está aquí acaso?
Still looking for coins. What else am I to do? This mist's driving me crazy.
Ah, pues sí.
They say those nails protect you in battle. Here to visit your old friends?
Just looking around. You?
A lengthy stay in Henselt's camp, and one is likely to become somewhat Kedwenized. I'd like to avoid that.
Rightly so.
Oh.
My memories and feelings seem inextricably linked. I seem to be recovering both. I believe Yennefer's alive, and I'll eventually find her.
Triss, Yennefer, that's some life you lead, my friend.
First off, we have no idea if Yennefer's still alive. Second, we have no idea if Triss is alive.
True. You seem to have two women, when in fact, you don't even have one.
Their kind doesn't die easily. I'll find Triss as soon as I've dealt with the assassin.
What about Yennefer?
I won't know what to do about her until I see her. Henselt's camp is abuzz with rumors about the events 3 years ago.
When you burn a sorceress at the stake, rumors spread faster than the seed of a lascivious baron.
I know you primarily value sorceresses for their firm busts, but I'm curious. What do you think of Sabrina Glevissig?
Sorceresses complain about feeling underappreciated, persecuted even. But let me tell you, Geralt, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. If they didn't meddle, they wouldn't be burned at the stake. They keep whining about the horrors that took place on Thanet Island, about the order of the world being destroyed. But let me ask you, who brought that about if not them and their scheming?
Heard anything about Letho?
They say he's hiding in the ravines. He's not alone.
I know.
I fail to comprehend exactly why you have it in for him. He escaped, so what? You're no king, and as such,
Hombre, piden mi cabeza porque piensan que, ¿sabes? Buf, las tres. Debo limpiar mi nombre, conoce mi pasado y quiero conocer el motivo.
Letho is responsible for 2 regicides. I want to know why he did it. Or rather, for whom.
Is that so important?
Witchers don't step into political quicksand for no reason. I don't like the principles that govern the world, but so far nobody's come up with anything better. Murdering kings solves nothing. Quite the contrary.
Let's say you catch him.
También es verdad.
What then?
Depende.
I'll decide once I've heard him out, learned the truth. Maybe I'll see his point. Or maybe I'll just cut off his head. Have you tried to, approach Vess?
I've thought about it. On the one hand, I've never rogered a soldier, but on the other, the clean clang of steel against steel at an intimate moment could put off even the most attentive lover. Why do you ask?
I just like to know. I wonder what Sheila's doing in Henselt's camp.
You're not alone, because she's wondering what you're doing at the king's side.
How do you know?
She asked me about you.
What did she want to know?
I have no idea. I realized right off she was sniffing, and told her she could smell my fingers if she wanted. But that'd be all she'd get.
And she gave up.
Mm-hmm. See how careful I am?
I found a letter addressed to the people of Kedwin.
A letter? So?
It's your drivel, idiot.
Where'd you get that idea?
I know you. Not to mention you had the gall to quote me.
You're not the only witcher in the world.
So, you admit it's yours?
Sure, it's mine. People have had enough of that pompous clown colluding with Nilfgaard. I decided I needed to open their eyes a little wider.
Any idea what that pompous clown's going to do when he finds out who's opening his people's eyes?
How would he find out? It could only come from you, and I assume, at least I hope, you won't rat me out.
They're going to kill you.
Nah.
Why did you poke your nose in this?
Henselt approached me to write a few panegyrics about him. You know, singing his praises. Can you imagine that? Me? Writing a political pamphlet? Who the hell does he think I am?
But that's exactly what this letter is.
Possibly. But it's for a good cause. Henselt's a prick.
Ya está, habla con Desmond. Ah, no, que tengo que, claro. Aquí está el campo de batalla en medio. Tengo que venir por aquí.
We'll have to sit it out like hens on their eggs until this mist lifts.
It won't just disappear. Spoiled my day.
Encontré...
I found Trot and a few other enthusiasts of the square coins.
Did you learn who leads them?
No.
Any survivors?
No.
Oh, you might at least have spared Trot. I'm sure he had secrets.
Any reward for the conspirators?
Indeed. A nice round sum per head.
I could use the gold.
How many were there?
Vincent and 5 others.
You killed 6 men. You and your kind should be isolated.
The reward
is yours. Here.
Dinero gratis. Escúchame.
Learn anything new about the curse?
A mage on the other side of the fog is also probing the battlefield. A sorceress.
How do you know?
You shall know them by the fruit of their spells. Magic differs with the brain type that generates it. The female mind is simply laid out differently.
It could be Triss.
No, Witcher, it's someone far more powerful.
Spoken to the king yet?
Indeed, he was delighted to hear he can be cut from the curse.
Great, because I need the medallion of the priest known as Crest. I heard it's in Henselt's possession.
He'll give you nothing until you free him from the curse. Truthfully, I believe I understand him. You have a good chance of perishing when you confront the Draugrs.
Give me a break, Deathmold. The two of you are just afraid I'll leave this entire mess in your hands.
Ah, that is something I do not fear at all, for I know exactly why you're here. As for the king, you may curse him and scold him and call him a fool if you wish, though it's not something I would advise.
I need magic powder to mark out the runes.
Are you aware that the formula requires powdered camphor resin?
I am.
Then you must also know that the resin is extremely valuable.
Get Henselt to pay you. I need the powder to do the exorcism, reverse the prophecy, and release him from the curse.
You should have said, I'll give you as much as you need.
Thanks, on the king's behalf.
I've one more thing you might find useful.
What's that?
You asked me for protective runes. I've done better. Take this grimoire, which details many. I believe there's even one for syphilis. I've marked my recommendations.
Thanks.
Vale.
See you.
Espera que se desarrollen los acontecimientos. O sea, que en esto de momento... ¿Qué es eso? Incervicia veritas. ¿Que fallado el qué? ¿Y por qué? ¿Eso no era lo de Odrin? Me sobre la conspiración. Ah, porque podría hacer... O bien... Vale, bueno, pues nada. Lo de Odrin creo que no me lo marcaban. Así que iba a tener que mirar una guía. Así que les den por el culo. Sinceramente. Vale, pues vamos a las peleas. Vamos a partirnos un poco la puta cara. Rompe la maldición de Henselt y luego habla del medallón. Vale.
Tournaments. Now that's a pastime for real men.
I'm interested in the Rotfiend contract.
También.
Know anything about it?
The scum has so far destroyed 2 convoys of army provisions. Before we arrived, they'd only attacked the local cattle. Since the mist appeared, they've grown bolder and started hunting our patrols. The lads from the company have collected a kitty. Sort it all out and the coin is yours.
As long as...
Tournaments. Now that's a pastime for real men.
All right, I'll take part in your tournament.
The king will be pleased. Just remember, this will not be a fight to the death.
I'll try not to forget.
Duels take place from noon to dusk. You'll find me by the arena then.
We don't want no trouble here.
Pero esto ya está, ¿no? Quiero.
Start the tourney.
Duels take place from noon.
Desde el mediodía hasta no sé dónde. Espérate. Mediodía. Perfecto.
Tournaments.
Can we start the tourney?
Duels take place from noon to dusk. You'll find me by the...
Tengo que esperar a que vaya hasta la arena, entiendo. Por cierto, voy a ponerme personaje... Ahora.
Tournament.
Can we
Ready?
Bien. ¿Hay reglas?
What are the rules?
2 adversaries fight until one of them yields.
That's it.
The loser is out of the tourney. Ready?
Who will I be fighting?
Your opponents will be Gwydion, Rendag, and Borin. Interested to know who they are?
Borin?
Tell me about Borin.
Borin's famous for his courage. He fears nothing and no one.
Who's Rendag?
A very experienced soldier. He's fought in all of Henselt's campaigns for the past 20 years.
Who's Gwydion?
One of the top fencers in the Kedweni army.
Vale.
Their names are enough.
Ready?
I am indeed.
Let's begin then. Witcher Geralt of Rivia will now fight the Honorable Gwydion.
Ah, pensaba que estaba hablando en plan me rindo. No, es el otro llamando a... Ah, vale.
Witcher Geralt wins! You won. Let me know when you're ready for the next fight.
Ya.
All right.
Ya no, ya.
Can we?
Ready?
I am indeed.
Let's begin then. The Witcher will now take on the Honorable Rendag.
Quito muy poca vida, tío. No entiendo el motivo. Pero bueno. No sé si hay algo del inventario que no tengo bien o que no uso. No tengo ni idea. Supongo que será marcar runas o mierdas. No sé, tío. Que ya estoy listo. Que tires. Que tires. Que tires.
Geralt of Rivia will now take on the fearless Borin.
Pero bueno, lo bueno es que si es solo uno le dejo súper incapacitado. Si son varios estoy súper jodido. Pero si es solo uno no le doy respiro y ya está, tío. A tomar por culo.
Witcher Geralt wins!
Perfecto.
Is there not a single fucking soul in Kedwin able to beat the Witcher? Dung-filled cowards, all of you!
Apparently not in Kedwin. But in Temeria, perhaps. I'll give it a shot.
That could be interesting. If you win, I'll double the reward.
The Witcher's challenger this time will be Vess, a maiden serving in an elite unit of the Temerian army.
Lo siento, ves, pero no hay favoritismo.
I surrender.
A few more like him and I could conquer half the world. Give him the prize! He's earned it!
The king wanted a spectacle and he got it. A shame the result was so predictable.
Witches are not invincible.
Seems this one is. But you were brave nonetheless.
She fought harder than all the Kedweni soldiers combined.
You're very kind.
Wasn't so kind in the arena.
He took me seriously.
That's true.
Thanks for not giving me a handicap. I'm going back to my camp. Visit me if you want.
Women. Here's your praise. I need to get back to my business.
Thanks.
Visítame si quieres. Habla con Bess. Pero... ¿What? Por aquí no puedo. Esta salida es trampa. Hay que acordarse. Habla con Bess. Posta robo. Mejora de coraza de acero. No voy a mejorar esta porque si necesito la armadura para hacer lo que sea, me lo llevo. Y luego la voy a dejar para el ritual o lo que sea, pues la pierdo y voy a gastar la mejora en eso. Pero como no sé si luego la otra me la voy a... O sea, si me la voy a poder llevar, pues entonces... ¿Por qué me has cambiado la misión? De repente, hijo puta. Pero bueno, me sé el camino. Perdón. Como no sé si me la voy a poder llevar, tampoco voy a mejorar la otra, pues al final me puedo quedar con esta.
I wanted to thank you. That was a great fight.
The only great fights are those I win.
It's no dishonor to lose to a mutant created for swordsmanship.
If it wasn't a tournament but a battle, we wouldn't be speaking now.
You were better than all the knights of Kedwin put together.
You're very kind.
I'm sincere.
A rare trait. Perhaps I should take advantage of this opportunity.
Since we're being honest, I'd like to have some wine with you.
With pleasure.
I wasn't expecting you to agree. This was your chance to get back at me.
I have no need. In truth, I'm grateful to you.
Interesting.
I was sure you'd go easy on me. Then I'd have told you to bugger off. But since you took me seriously, I have some Tucson wine in my tent. Could I tempt you?
Lead the way.
Pues a tope.
I learned more about you from that duel than from all our conversations put together.
Atragantado.
Curious. According to Geralt of Rivia, what is Vess like?
She's ambitious, honorable, and beautiful.
In that order?
What if I say the reverse?
If you think I don't like to hear compliments about my beauty, you're very wrong. I'm a soldier, and it pisses me off when I'm viewed as a pair of tits atop an arse. But I'm also a woman, and like every woman, I have my needs.
In that case, let's drink to your needs.
I fulfill my needs differently.
Then what do you want to drink to?
To us?
I didn't know there was an us.
Better to live a day as a king than a life as a beggar. First we'll drink the wine.
Ah, pues a tope. Pues a tomar por culo.
Can we do it the other way around?
No me banees YouTube, por favor. Te agradecería bastante que no me banearas. Aunque después de todo The Witcher 3 No, si no me has baneado ya, no creo yo que me vayas a banear por esto. También te digo, pero bueno.
He was slaughtering pigs at the time.
Perfecto.
Takes a pig's eye,
Pues ahora, misión.
between his buttocks. He does
Solta. ¿Qué cojones hace aquí? Escúchame, diario. Uf, a ver, esta liada. Vea. Ah, no, claro, espérate, que esto todavía lo tengo pendiente. Que no lo hice. Voy a ver al visionario o al vendedor de reliquias. ¿Dónde está cada uno? Mapa. ¡Hola! Voy al que está más cerca. Voy al que está dentro porque está más cerca. El vendedor de reliquias no va a saber una puta mierda. No creo que esté dentro del campo de batalla, porque la habrían reventado seguramente. O sea, del campo de batalla no, del campamento. Porque la habrían hinchado. No lo sé. Entiendo que la habrían crujido. Tengo que elegir al visionario o al vendedor de reliquias en plan de puedes ir a cualquiera de los dos o tienes que elegir y decantarte o bien el visionario o bien el vendedor de reliquias. Porque no sé cómo interpretarlo.
Relics, artifacts, trinkets and talismans.
Pues sí que está dentro del campamento, sí.
Hallowed and highly valuable.
I found footprints at Sabrina's execution site. Do you know anything about that?
Why would I? You found them, not me.
Yet your boots are black from ash.
Shh. All right. What do you want to know?
Do you believe in the power of your merchandise?
You mean the relics? Others believe in them, that's what counts. They'll believe in anything that gives them hope. Soldiers shit their pants and throw up in fear before going into battle. If kissing a rusty nail gives them courage, then in my book, it works.
Do you remember the curse that Sabrina placed on the king?
When they set the stake on fire, she shouted something to the king. His face went red, but I couldn't hear very well. She probably foretold his syphilis. A gruesome death.
Did you see Sabrina's execution?
Sure I did. I was in the 5th Company.
Ojo!
I remember the commotion when that idiot Yahon killed her with a spear. If only I had that spear now.
You know Yahon?
Never heard of him. Where'd you get the idea that I know him?
Bueno, me lo acabas de decir, gilipollas. Pero esto es tonto.
Where is Yahon's spear now?
I don't know. Besides which, it's none of your concern. I simply won't talk about that.
Do you remember the sorceress Sabrina?
Same as all the others. Looked like a young nympho, but an old hag inside. You want to talk about her? See that freak who burns candles?
I'm interested in objects that belong to the soldiers who perished in the battle 3 years ago. Not any old things. They have to be magically active. I know how to check.
That's not my speciality, Witcher. I deal in relics.
So long.
Vale. Y entonces me quedaría el vendedor, o sea, el visionario. ¿Cómo? Ah, que puedo saltar. ¿Cómo llego yo donde el visionario? Ah, pero no puedo pasar por... Pero ahí arriba no llego tampoco, claro. Pues he jodido. Porque no puedo pasar por aquí. Pues serás hijo de puta. ¿Para qué cojones he bajado aquí? ¿Para esto para qué está? ¿Para qué puta mierda se está? Escúchame. ¿Cómo cojones llego yo a donde el visionario, tú? Esta salida... Esta puerta... No, esta puerta da a la torre. ¿Puedo salir por la principal y luego tirar a la izquierda? Que es que tampoco lo he probado. A lo mejor puedo ir por ahí. Espérate, vamos a poner el mapa. El mapa se supone que sí que podría. Pero no sé yo cómo de verdad es eso. ¿Por aquí hay algún camino, alguna gruta? En plan, entre esas rocas hay camino. ¿Por aquí hay un camino? ¿Hay un camino? ¿Hay un camino? ¿Hay un camino? ¡Ojo! ¡Hostia! Los podridos se explotaban al morir, ¿verdad? Sí. Vale.
Thanks for your help, Witcher. We were in a tight spot there. The rot fiends are multiplying like rabbits. We were on our way to see the visionary, bearing gifts and all. But I'll be damned if I'll take one more step that way. Wouldn't be on your way to see him, would you? If you are, give him this coin for us. Do what you will.
Voy a ver al visionario. Micrófono. El visionario.
Over here, inside the candles. Quick, you'll be safe here.
Bueno, espérate, porque no son muy duras tampoco, ¿eh? ¿Son infinitas?
Inside the candles.
Dentro de las velas.
Quick, you'll be safe here. Over here, inside the candles.
No te preocupes. Ya está. Gracias. Va por culo.
We're safe here. I awaited them. They were to come bearing gifts. I heard their cries. Guess they were attacked. If they're not here, they must be dead.
No.
Ah, me podía quedar el dinero.
I didn't want to risk it anymore. Went back to camp. They asked me to give you this coin for candles.
This is but half. Why, I'll not do more than braid some wicks for this. What do you want from me? I'll not believe you came here by chance.
Yeah, you're right. I need to learn some things, and few are willing to talk. Sabrina Glevisig's story, that's what interests me most.
Listen, I'll not speak with you until I get my coin. Pure and simple.
¿Serio?
Though I do provide charitable help to the faithful, if you were to become one of them.
I've heard a lot of good things about you. All right, I'll become a follower.
Wonderful. Listen then, for I'll not say this.
¿Qué dices? En la vieja capilla que está cerca de las pupilas de Sabrina.
Each convert must pass a test. You will spend the night at the old chapel near Sabrina's pupils.
Where?
Pero puedo meditar.
I have named in her honor.
Is that all?
Before you kneel to meditate, you will drink the mixture I shall give you. You must then remember all that occurs. That's very important.
¿Qué mierda es esta?
As you'll need to recount it to me fully.
All right, I'll come back once I'm done.
Al santuario de Sabrina por la tarde y bebe la poción del misionero. Hostia. Venga, a top. ¿Por aquí? Ah, no, espérate, pensad, era la cola de uno de ellos. Me había parecido que había un soldado, tío. Y me la había sacado para defenderle. Joder. Dejadme en paz, por favor. No me vais a dejar, ¿verdad? No me vais a dejar. Endriago es como... son como arañas pero más pequeños. Madre mía, tú. Me quitan muy poca vida y menos mal. Porque habría muerto ya 4 veces. Parad, por favor. Hijos de puta. Parad, por favor. Buah, buah, buah. Sal de aquí, sal de aquí. Hay gente gritando. Aguanta, 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 aguanta. Vale, pírate, pírate, pírate. ¡No, muérete! ¡Mata al grande! ¡Que lo tienes a huevo! ¡Hijo de puta! Buah, ya solo tú estás muerto, cabrón. Hijo de la gran puta, tío. ¿Los gritos que yo escuchaba eran de los bichos estos o había alguien pidiendo auxilio? Porque no estoy muy seguro. La verdad. No te voy a mentir. Por la tarde. Y veo la poción del visionario. Vale. Lo voy a dejar aquí. Y en el próximo continuamos. Pero de momento lo voy a dejar aquí. Porque se me va a liar. Y no me queda mucho espacio en el ordenador. Principalmente por eso. 4 gigas me quedan. Así que nada. Para la despedida. Muchas gracias por haber estado un día más aguantándome. Espero que os haya gustado. Espero que os haya... Sí, bueno. Me he perdido. Me ha quedado en blanco. Que eso, que gracias. Que eso y hasta luego. Venga, chao. Muchas gracias.